Again.
Welcome back to the CheekCast podcast, episode 13. Lisa wants to call it the bonus round. I call it catching up because it's been 3 weeks and we need to do some catch up episodes. We're not going to mince words. We're going to get into it today immediately. Stray Fucks. It's a game about fucking being a cat, dude. You know how awesome that is? Imagine being a cat in a video game.
Pretty cool.
Not to mention, people are modding it to make their cats in the game.
Yeah.
I was surprised that wasn't an option like when the game came out, like create your character cat.
I know, that would have been really cool to be able to create your cat.
Yeah.
And you get to play. I thought that would have been a really good touch. But people are modding it. But the funny part about modding it is they're adding really funny shit like CJ from fucking GTA, dude.
And it looks ridiculous.
They made CJ into a fucking cat, bro. It's so funny.
It looks ridiculous.
I haven't beat it yet. I need to play it and actually do it again. But it's actually really well made. Despite being $30. I mean, if you do everything in it, you could probably get like 6 or 7 hours out of it, maybe 8.
Yeah, it's a little pricey for what it is, but
it's nice. You can trip the robots. The best part.
Your favorite.
Stupid.
You get to trip the robots. You get to meow as much as you want,
so much
whenever you want. It's fantastic. I actually genuinely enjoyed the game. I haven't beaten it, but it is fun. It came out at a good time.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It did. It had its little blip there where it was the hot thing for a week.
Yeah, everybody and their mother was playing it. I need to play Spider-Man Remastered on the PC because I bet you it plays so much better on the PC than it does on PS5.
Probably.
So that's probably going to be a cop and playthrough because that game was really fun. Hopefully I get to play Miles Morales on PC too because let's just be honest. Can we just stop with the console war shit, bro? If you want to drop God of War, drop that shit on all platforms.
True.
Stop dropping it on PlayStation and then PC a year later, bro. Just drop it at the same time. You want to make more money? That's what you need to do.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
It's just, I don't know. It just makes me mad. I just want to be able to play on PC, bro. That's it. Anyway. I had to get that off my chest.
It was, that's an ongoing debate, the whole.
Yeah.
It's getting better. It's getting better as time goes on, though.
Yeah. Wow. Sorry that you had to hear that. That was me yawning.
Good lord. Get it together,
I don't know
man.
where that came from.
That was also kind of scary.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to get a headache. But next topic, the video I just watched, what surprised me is somebody got a 1 in 85 billion drop chance.
Trillion drop chance?
On Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yeah.
And not in 85 million, 85 billion.
That's with a B. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 9 zeros.
The rarest
after
drop
85
in the game so far.
Because there is a point, I think it's 0.00, like 0.6 zeros, 1/7 chance for the item to drop in general, and then for it to roll perfectly, it was even harder. So the fact that he got one in general was really rare, and the fact that it rolled perfectly with like max stats on everything is even crazier. 85 billion drop chance.
I'm out here worrying about WoW drop chances, like, 0.2% or whatever, and this guy's getting 1 in 85 billion on a drop.
Granted, 0.2%, but you get to farm the boss once a day or once a week.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, true.
And Tiny Tina, maybe 1 in 85 billion. Granted, you're probably never going to do 85 billion of the same run. But shut up, Poe. I don't have
Here I go.
But you can do multiple runs of the same person in the same day.
Yeah.
It's just trying to do like you can't do multiple runs of the same boss.
Facts. But I thought that was pretty cool in general. I was
That's kind of crazy.
That's kind of wild. 1 in 85 billion. Good for them. That's kind of nuts.
Yeah, that is crazy. 85 billion, bro. That's nuts. Anyway, I thought Lisa posted that on there and I watched the video. It was actually really cool. The next one is the Doomslayer skin is coming to Fortnite. People are speculating because it's really because I think Doom 64 just went free on Epic.
Correct.
Doom just came as a skin to Fall Guys, which means that Epic has some sort of tie to it, which means that they can release the Doomslayer skin for Fortnite.
Yep.
And that imagine Doomslayer Kamehamehaing Itachi and then hitting the gritty and then running away with his boy Naruto and Goku as they go win the trios game. That sounds so. Imagine getting 90s cranked on you by the fucking Doomslayer himself.
Exactly. That would be a interesting little crossover, but I wouldn't be surprised. It would make sense if it eventually made its way in, even if it's a limited time.
And people were like, dude, how far has Fortnite fallen? They got all these characters and you don't even know what the game looks like anymore.
Well, partially true.
It was a big deal back when you got Loser Fruit and the ninja skin, and now you're playing as Goku.
Kind of wild. I still say good for
Goku and Vegeta, Naruto, and fucking Ninja on the same team.
Imagine.
And it's all 13-year-old kids on Xbox.
Oh, man.
That's hilarious to me. Greetings. Farewell. I don't know. I think I'm hearing Thomas's game at the same time.
Oh, no.
I can't just click around. You're hearing the goddamn game again.
It's so funny,
God,
dude.
why does it do that? I even checked my settings to make sure that it wasn't doing that.
I'm leaving that in, dude. That's so funny.
Oh.
God.
Thomas is trying to learn how to use his Go XLR, and it keeps routing the game to his headphones. So we can hear it to his mic, so we can hear it at the same time.
On the other hand of that, though, we know that Thomas is a true gamer. You know what I'm saying?
He is a true gamer. He's playing Path of Exile right now.
I'm just setting some stuff up so that when we're done, I can go right back into it. You know,
right.
Gotta be on the grind.
We gotta, me and Lisa gotta put up more air. We gotta put another air conditioner unit on the house.
Yeah.
Because it gets kind of stuffy in these rooms. Oh.
It's because of the computers. That's all. Otherwise, it's pretty okay in here. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But on a brighter note, Tales from the Borderlands, another one, comes out in October.
Yeah, I saw that. I was pretty excited.
The first one was actually really fun. I just liked it, and it's the sad. People rate Scooter's death. If you don't, spoiler alert, Scooter dies.
What?
They rate his death as the saddest death in the franchise.
It was sad. It literally was.
Bro, he went out like a gangster though.
Yeah.
That man did not even care. He's like, dude, catch a ride. And I'm like, oh, dude, like Scooter, my boy, come on.
Catch a ride in heaven, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they say. They put a big billboard up that says that. Scooter caught a ride to heaven.
But
because he was a gangster, bro.
It would be cool to have another one, because a lot of people, I feel like, even fans of the Borderlands series, have not played Tales from the Borderlands, and it was really good. Like, the story was great.
Yeah, people don't know where Reese actually came from.
Exactly.
We're trying to figure out why Reese runs, because I think he runs Hyperion now. Or no, he runs Malawan.
And he needs to he needs some more presence. Yeah, he was obviously the main character in Tales from the Borderlands, and it was a canon game. Like, it was part of the main story, and it just got kind of overlooked. I feel like it should have been more popular than it was, and we liked it. It was great. So
yeah, it was really fun. It was really well made. The characters were awesome, and they managed to make one of the saddest deaths happen in the same game, and it's just like an emotional roller coaster.
It really was.
And me, I'm not a huge fan of Telltale games. Like, aside from playing Lee in Walking Dead.
Yeah, Walking Dead was.
But the faces he makes are so fucking funny, dude. It just wasn't the same. But Tales from the Borderlands, we played it in like 2 days.
Yep.
Because we played it like nonstop when we had it.
Sat down and played through that thing, and it was great. It was really fun.
And Poe just spoiled something for me because I didn't know that.
Great.
Damn.
Perfect. Thanks, Poe.
I still haven't played those yet. But, it's okay. I spoiled that Scooter dies. I have not played those. No, I played the... Sorry, I heard the lawnmower. I thought my ears were exploding. Dude, it sounded like... I heard...
I'm going to tell you right now, we apologize in advance for this being the most cluster Effie podcast we've produced so far.
Did you say Effie like we don't cuss on the podcast, Lisa?
I did it on purpose.
fuck?
I give up, man. I'm just trying to be a gentle voice over here.
Speaking of gentle, let's talk about multiverses.
Okay.
You mean the Smash Killer?
The Smash Killer does multiverse have the potential? No,
actually, I haven't seen a ton of arguments like that, but
no, because multiverses isn't trying to be Smash. The only thing that people are saying it compares to Smash at all is they're like, the roster on multiverses is just so good, and I'm like, yeah, it's cool, but there's like I'm gonna be honest. No kids really remember Iron Giant. You're really pushing like late 20s kids.
That's true.
Because Iron Giant's like old. That's true. And then you have like out of every single Game of Thrones character,
Arya.
You had to pick Arya. Mm-hmm. Why her? Why couldn't we pick somebody from the Telltale game? Like why pick somebody that I understand she's supposed to be a savage, but like Joffrey would have been, imagine getting insulted by Joffrey and he sends other people to hit you. Like he doesn't fight you, he just cowers and throws people at you. Like there's so much more potential aside from fucking Arya with the most complicated moveset in the entire fucking game. And then like Jake and Finn are awesome, but the problem with the game is it's so spammy. Like there's so many dumb spam combinations you can do, and like 1v1s is just boring. It's just so it's not Smash.
Yeah.
Like it's just the way you have to place 1v1s is so beyond boring that I have no idea how people play it. And then me and Poe go in and play duos, and we get fucking Jake the dog turns himself into a bouncy house, and then Velma just throws her words at him, and they bounce and follow you and do 1 billion damage. Like,
yeah, people are getting crazy already.
Yeah, because sadly, fucking TikTok ruins everything, bro. The moment anything comes out, TikTok's like, here's the best meta for how to farm giant turnips in Stardew Valley. And you're like, if they're not doing this, you're literally throwing your game. It's a single player game. Where's the meta in Stardew Valley?
Where they say it is, dang it.
I've seen that. I've seen those videos. Are you looking for the best meta build in Terraria? No, I'm not. I just want to enjoy the game, and you telling me how to play is not enjoyable.
Well,
but people post 1-hit combo kills. They post 0 to death kills, and of course, the people on TikTok just eat it up and just follow.
Yes, that's what they views. Find the busted stuff, and then they keep posting it and reposting it, and then.
What do you mean you're not Challenger in League of Legends, you son of a bitch?
There's literally video guides on how to get there. Like, I don't know how you're not a Challenger. Have you bought my ebook?
Oh my god. Go to my blog.
However, Multiverses is fun. It is really fun. It's really easy to pick up and play.
And it's free.
Then it's free. You don't have to buy the skins. The skins look cool, but it's free, and you can just pick it up and start playing it. Granted, you don't get all the characters off the rip.
No.
But it is free, and you do get to just like mess around on it. It's not hard to pick up and play. That's probably why I enjoyed it, because I don't like fighting.
Yeah, you typically don't lean towards fighting games, but you played it for a while. I played it for. No, I think the only thing that made me mad about it was the fact that nothing's responsive. Like everything, the hitboxes are like super clunky. So like half the time you're hitting them, and they go through your hit, and then they're behind you. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but I hit you. Like I saw it hit you. You should have been knocked backwards, and they're just behind you. Then they hit me.
Yeah.
And then I teleport. I like dodge through them, and then it sucks me back in front of them, and then they hit.
Well, I think some of that was definitely connection issues.
Code.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, still better netcode than still better Hertz than Apex.
Probably. Well, with multiverses, has anyone? I know you have, but who has seen all of the terrible graphical glitches in that game that have developed?
Oh, yeah.
And I know they're on TikTok. Really, I know there's some videos of just the wildest graphical issues, like attacks taking up the whole screen. It's so
the one where Jake like turns into a fucking boomerang and he like stretches across the screen and goes it just becomes the entire map
Yeah.
and one shots
Yeah.
you.
That's a problem. Hopefully they're actively working on fixing that. Because that would be terrible if everyone figured out how to do whatever's causing that.
Imagine playing that. And they figure it out. They figure out how to recreate it.
Get it together, Bubba.
Yawning again. Dude, I'm yawning again. I've seen the one, my favorite one was the Batman getting launched off the map whenever he would grapple somebody.
Yeah.
You'd grapple him at the wrong angle, and he would just go, pew, and it'd launch you across the map into the just death zone immediately.
Perfect.
I feel like that happened to you
nothing
once.
you can do about it. What?
I said I feel like that happened to you once. Like you tried to grapple.
Yeah, it happened to me a couple times.
Flung you like into your death, and I was like, "That's."
Yeah, because it shouldn't be happening,
but it
was
did.
really funny.
Surprise.
Yeah, it was really funny.
But it's not a perfect game. They're still working on it, I think, and as long as they keep up with it and try to keep making improvements and making it accessible and
Yeah, but LeBron's in it.
It does have LeBron in it now, and I know they're planning on adding more characters, so.
Granted, the spamming that you can do with him into walls where you like continuously pass it into the wall over and over is so funny.
Yeah.
And the best part is they said they added and they put his birthday. Like the day he was born. It's like December something, like 1972 or something. They put the day he was born as the day he was added into the game.
That's kind of funny.
Which I thought was
That's kind of funny. Clever. I get it.
But other than that, I don't have any problems with multiverses. It's just not the game for me.
Yeah.
Granted, you're talking to a guy who still plays CS:GO, so.
Imagine playing CS:GO.
Imagine still playing CS:GO.
It's
definitely me.
Imagine playing video games in general. Jesus.
I know.
Christ.
Imagine being an adult.
Almost 30 and playing. Like, imagine.
God. Anyways.
Imagine being an adult.
Moving on, and speaking of shooter games, how did you feel about the new Apex Legends series season 14, Bubba? How did you feel about it? How do you like?
I thought Nope Apex August was doing really well.
Oh yeah, no Apex August. How's that going, everyone? How's that going?
Yeah, I heard that was actually going really well. Like Apex broke their all-time concurrent player record,
which is
in August.
Which is wild.
I think before
like nut November, man. Like
yeah, I think it kind of backfired pretty heavy.
It's the place you nut the most.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Like I'm pretty sure, like in no Apex August, right? We were planning on in August to like do bad. Like we're like, oh no, we're gonna have terrible numbers.
We gotta make a difference.
July the peak players were 347K, and then in like August it was 510. Like they crushed how much the all-time peak was.
Yeah.
By like 100K. I think their all-time before that was 411, and they fucking got 100K more than that during what was supposed to be no Apex August, which is really funny.
It is.
To me, honestly.
It's funny. We assumed that was gonna happen though.
Well, I told everybody it was gonna happen. I said, you know what? It's the new season comes out then. There's no way people are gonna not play.
Yeah.
It's not possible. A lot of people have said they stopped playing, and I understand that. But the thing is, with companies like that, you want to make a difference, bro? Stop
spending the
buying
cashola.
their stuff.
Yeah.
You can play it, but if you're not giving them money, like the fact they've released an heirloom every season.
Yeah.
Or one or two every season, so you continuously keep buying it. So
they know their audience, unfortunately.
They're like, oh, you're gonna buy Valk's heirloom even though you don't want it. It looks so cool and your favorite streamer has it. And you're like, I gotta have it.
Yep.
Oh my god. And you buy it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm not playing anymore. They don't care. You just spent fucking $150 on an heirloom. They do not care that you don't play now. You already spent the money.
Yeah.
And you'll be back.
Sadly, your time doesn't cost them anything because it's a free-to-play game.
That is correct.
They don't care how much you play. They care how much you spend.
They sure do.
But no Apex August flopped about as hard as I thought it would.
Yeah.
Actually, it flopped harder than I thought it would. Shit, even I played Apex in August. I'm still playing. I still play from time to time. I was playing last night for like 2 hours.
Yep. Sure did.
I know a lot of people say that pros ruin casual experiences because I mean I understand, but at the same time, I don't think so.
I think it's a contributor entirely. To some degree. I feel like game developers do listen to streamers, creators, pro players. I do, because they also don't want to lose those people. I don't know that it necessarily 100% ruins the game for casuals, but I think it can be a contributor for some things that get changed.
But the thing about it is too is what people don't realize is if you're making content on a game, you're not a casual at that point. Like, you're playing the game frequently enough that you make content on it. And I'm sorry, but that does not make you a casual. You're not a pro, but you're not a casual anymore. And making a video calling out people saying the pros are the problem for this game, the pros are ruining this game, blah blah blah. You going against that, I mean, it's not bad, but at the same time, I mean, you're not helping anything by just calling that out. I know it's for impressions, because a lot of people just do shit like that for impressions.
True.
And saying that, but I don't know. I don't really see the whole point. I guess I don't think pros influence it that much, because people do have a mind of their own, and if they hear somebody like, believe it or not, when it's your job to play something, you don't really get sick of it, but you see problems with it that other normal people wouldn't see.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, if I work in a kitchen and I have a complaint, the servers aren't going to know what my complaint is.
No.
They're not going to understand what I'm talking about, because they're not doing it.
True.
If gold knockdowns is a problem in Pred and in high diamond and in master, if you don't see a problem with it, then you're probably not at that rank. And it probably doesn't affect you. And you're like, oh, well, it takes 12 seconds. If you can't hear that, the problem is what you're arguing is the fact that you use it. Nobody uses it. They don't use it to get up. They use it so they can't die when they're on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And because if you don't know, if you all have purples and the last person on your team goes down, everybody dies.
Yeah.
If one of you has a gold, then the last person goes down on your team, your entire team is just knocked, because one of you has a gold and the potential to revive. That's the reason people wanted it messed up. And I obligated against it, and I got flamed for it. So I was like, I don't want it changed. I think it provides like early game utility where you can like clutch up a play.
Yeah.
You can get into a corner and res. I'm like, just have it removed for the last zone or two.
Yeah.
Just make it so it doesn't pick and it doesn't revive you. That option's gone. Instead, they opted to remove it. And I don't think that was because of the pros.
Well,
I just think with the pace of the game now, I don't think it has a place to be in the game anymore, personally.
And that's just one detail, you know. But
there's also there's a lot of stuff that goes into pros ruining everything, because you can say pros ruin fucking League of Legends because they talk about what they don't like.
Thomas, do you think they do you think they ruin the game?
No, I think actually the balancing team should listen to pros more than they should listen to the rest of the community.
There you go. You heard it here. At least for League of Legends.
Why do you say that?
I know that most people don't want to hear this, but like, there's a reason that only 10% of the people are gold or higher. Is because y'all suck the game. Like,
what is? Let me look up.
I think it's 20% is gold.
Let me look up League of Legends ranks distribution.
I would say,
you know,
that's probably like that.
Only diamond and higher should have like a real opinion on what should be changed in the game.
Yeah, I mean,
because they're the ones who are playing all the time, who are playing at a high level, who understand the mechanics of the game. And it's sad because I've played a diamond before, and diamond is a very different experience than gold is. And
so from plat higher, it is 12% of people are plat or higher.
I don't even think plat should be allowed to talk about the game.
Oh, okay, then it's less than 2% of the players.
Wow.
Are diamond or higher.
Or diamond or higher. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
In solo queue.
Still.
In solo queue, it's less than 2%.
Wow. Interesting. I mean, granted, we're talking about League here. We're not on the Apex topic, but I feel like that's still a similar issue with lots of games. Like your high level players, a lot of people feel like they have influence over the game. And like I said, I think maybe to some degree they do, sometimes to some degree they do.
Yeah, but see, fucking Apex is even worse right now. Apex is like less than 1% of players are Diamond 4 or higher.
Yeah, and would do you because of the new changes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
less than 1%. It says less, like I can't even hover over Master. I don't know if this is recent. Like, when was this?
Good question.
This looks like a last. This is season 13 split 2.
Okay.
Right. Um, it's literally less than 1% of people are Diamond or higher. Diamond 4 or higher, which is Diamond 4, 3, 2, 1, Master, and Pred.
Yeah.
It's a less than 1%. And they say they're ruining it for casuals. The problem is I mean, I kind of agree with Thomas, is the majority of communities are not, they're kind of dumb. Like they don't because they don't understand like high tier playing.
True. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
high tier lobbies in any game are very different than low tier lobbies.
It's played very differently.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but at the same time, those high ranked people, the streamers, the pros that you want to call them, they're bringing attention to the game and they're actually making that company money. So of course they're going to listen to them a little bit more than they're going to listen to the regular Tom that's going to hop on and attempt to frag out and get out of silver. Like they're not going to listen to you because you spend $20 on the game in 3 months and the pro is spending thousands a month.
Yeah.
Or thousands a season. They're going to obviously try to cater to keep the pros playing because those are the whales. They want to keep those people playing and happy.
Yeah.
You keep them fat, happy, and fed, and they're going to keep coming back.
Hopefully.
But then you have people like who aren't enjoying it, like Touche, who says he wants to quit because he doesn't enjoy the game anymore. And I understand, I respect it. He said, I want to be done. And he's starting to do his little I actually like watching him golf. I don't even know anything about golf, but he's doing his whole golfing thing. Then you have Lulu, who wants to be done with Apex too, so she's playing other games. And when those people start leaving because they're not having fun anymore, that's usually when you know there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because suddenly those big names in the company, the big names like Nick and Hal, if they switch and they start playing another game, the people who are trying to play it against Nick and watch Nick, they're not going to play Apex because he's not playing it today.
That does happen. Yeah.
And then the numbers go down.
It's not cool anymore. People might not want to do it.
No.
But the real question will be, why are those big players not wanting to be on the game anymore? Is it because they're just tired of playing the same game? Is it because they think the game is broken? Or is it a community that they're playing with?
And Dragon brought up a good question, that the rank disparity, does that reflect poorly on the game or the player base? I think that reflects on people not knowing how to play the game properly. Personally, I don't think that has anything to do with the actual game itself. I think the rank system's actually really good now. I think it's better than it was because it's harder. It's an actual rank system. And losing more for a loss and winning more for getting more for a win is amazing. But people have played the same rank system for 13 or for 12 seasons, I think. I think season 13 was the first season that came out with the new rank system. And people were like, okay, I don't know how to play against this because I've been playing the same rank system for 12 seasons.
Yeah.
This shit's weird. This is hard. It's way harder than normal. And they have no idea how to play against it.
Part of the problem with that too is that there was a system called ELO, which has been around forever. Originally became popular in chess, and it's basically a system of how good you are. It's not really a ranking system. It's like a point determination of how capable you are against other people as a whole.
Yeah.
And these new rank systems just kind of just tally up points based on what you did rather than, where you sit as a whole. And that's kind of my issue, is that all these rank systems that they keep trying to come up with, they just keep reinventing the wheel and they make it kind of shittier.
So that's why I liked ESEA back in the day for CSGO, is ESEA didn't just tell you, hey, this is your rank is based solely off of if you win or you lose, right? So like in Siege, you only got points if you won. Didn't matter how good you did. Didn't matter if you got 34 kills. You didn't get any points if you lost.
Yeah.
You just lost. You lost the same amount of points as somebody else, right? So old ESEA system did it based off of average damage per round, which is ADR, and that's how good you do. Everybody has 100 health. That's 500 ADR you can do in a single round. The more ADR you had, whether you win or lost, you would lose less and less depending on how good you did because you knew what you were doing. But that also brought in another kind of gameplay where people would bait each other because they would bait each other to try to get the shots in. They were like, okay, if you walk out first, I'll know where he's at and I can kill him. And that gives me 100 ADR instead of you. And you're dead. And you're right. People do keep trying to reinvent the wheel with the ELO system with different kinds of the system. And they just, the downside is, I've said from the jump when Apex first added ranked, I said I wasn't going to invest too much time into it because I could never see a battle royale game as a competitive game like that. It's because a battle royale isn't about getting the most, it's about just winning.
True. True.
And their system before wasn't about winning. Even their system now is about how many kills you get and win. Battle royale has always stood for the last player standing. You don't even have to kill anybody to get to that point.
Technically, but yeah, you're right.
Most games require it, and that's the skill levels: how many people you can kill, how much damage you can do with the most random weapons in the entire game. So
true.
I mean, I don't see the casual experience being ruined by pros. I think people are looking too far into it. Companies do the right thing by listening to pros because pros usually know more than a lot of other people. Pros know more than I do. And people seem to forget that I'm not a fucking pro, dude.
That's true.
I would make an opinion. They go, of course, a fucking pro complaining. I'm like, I'm fucking silver 3.
You don't play enough to even barely get ranked half the time.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not a pro. I make content on it. I'm not a casual.
Yeah.
But I'm not a pro.
No. Well,
by any means.
On the flip side of the whole Apex and what they're doing with the game, you did play it some, and you've played the new character that they brought out. How did you feel about the new character?
To be honest, as much as we just shit talk League of Legends, I actually really enjoyed season 14. I think it's really fun. The changes, I'm a fan of really small changes. Like the fact that we call it goo, but it's the stuff that you get 25 crafting materials because when you pick up the little containers, they have 25 crafting materials in it. And before, each player would have to pick up every one at the site.
Yeah.
And now, if one person picks it up, it gives it to your whole team.
That's cool.
I don't know why, but I like that.
I didn't even notice
that. Change is great.
That's cool.
That's a great change.
Yeah.
It's a great change. It's a quality of life change, and I'm all for those. Vantage is probably the most balanced legend they've ever released because she's not super overpowered. Her sniper does a lot of damage when you stack it because you hit them and it does, I think it does like 50 to the body. And then when you shoot them again, it does like 70 to the body and like 100 to the head after the hunter's mark, which increases your damage by like 50% or something to them, or 25 or 35% or something. I don't know what the number is exactly, but she only has 5 shots of that. So if you shoot for all 5 shots, you just don't get that damage buff anymore.
Yeah.
She's really fun. She's the only reason I'm playing because she's really fun. And I mean, fuck, I'm a sniper, bro. I love sniping.
I do like her little movement ability, her little grapple.
And her movement ability with the little, I really want to get the little Echo guy. It's like a plushy dude. He's so cute.
The little bat.
He's so cute. He's like a little fucking, oh God, he's adorable.
Yeah.
And he's, rah! Every time you execute somebody, that's why I execute him, because he roars at him. It's so adorable.
Yeah.
She's really fun. The only problem with her kit is the fact that if you scope in on somebody and look at them through your like passive scope, which you can zoom in with any gun, or you can zoom in while you have no gun, you can see the entire enemy team's armor.
Oh wow.
So like if I look at Thomas, or somebody looks at Thomas a Vantage, they can see what armor me, Lisa, and Thomas have, and how many of us are alive. So if you're trying to rat and a Vantage spots you and sees that you have 1 armor on your team, it means you're a rat. And they're just going to full send you because they know they have the advantage.
Interesting.
Which I just don't think that's a good change. I think that's a bad passive for her because it just amplifies the 8 meta even more.
Yeah, it sounds like.
Yeah, I feel like the only way you properly balance that is if like the other team sees you scoping, like you know how like in other games where like a sniper scopes in and like their lens shines and you can see that.
Yeah.
Which hers, I didn't say, but her sniper has a laser on it, like a big ass laser.
Is it
noticeable? And when you
noticeable?
scope in with her sniper, it's very noticeable.
Okay.
You can tell when she's looking in your direction. That's why you see me aim at random rocks, because I'm putting my laser closer to me so they can't see it.
Gotcha.
So I can just flick up and shoot them because they can see the laser comes off the bottom of your sniper, but they can't see you if you're just scoping in with nothing in your hand.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. All right. Well, I don't know what her pick rate is. You know, I've seen some people say she's really good and they really like it.
A lot of people, a lot of the higher tier comps say she's bad.
Really?
And it's mostly because I feel like she takes too much. She takes a lot of team coordination to play.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you hit somebody with her sniper, that's who everybody should be focusing.
True.
Because they take extra damage. Yeah. But people don't play off of that because your vantage essentially has to be your IGL and like call when you're doing stuff. You're like, okay, I'm taking a shot, bow, and then hit somebody, and then
everyone
people
should
team
focus,
shot that
yeah.
person. But I don't know. I feel like it could be I feel like it could have. She needs a tiny bit of nerf.
Yeah, it might come with time.
Tiny bit.
They'll eventually review the gameplay and see what's happening, see if it's a trend. Yeah, okay. Well, just wanted your a little bit of input on the new Apex season. Like I said, we obviously knew that no Apex August was gonna flop.
Yeah. Also, real quick, I had a video popped up on my Twitter, and it said some guy was talking about how to make the mythic in Fortnite 10 times stronger, and he tried to say Kamehameha, right?
Did he say?
And he called it the Kami Your Mama.
Kami Your Mama.
Kami Your Mama is exactly how he said
That's
it.
What
bro.
it is from now on. That's what it is. Kami Your Mama.
Kami Your Mama, bro. Somebody said nobody cares about anime enough to pronounce it correctly, little bro. And I'm like, that's not true. People are upset.
It's still funny though. That's funny. Thomas is upset.
I thought that was really funny because that was just really random. That I clicked on it and I heard Kami Your Mama, and I'm like, what the fuck did he say?
Could have been worse. That's pretty good. Well, on the same front of shooters,
you're gonna ask me about Super
How did Super People go? Because as some of you might know, the final beta test opened up on Wednesday, I believe it was, and it was supposed to be big for you and comeback stream and hype, and everyone was excited, and you got on the game, played for 2 hours, and didn't play again. And apparently a lot of people have had that same feeling.
So the problem with Super People is when I played the first beta, let me look at it. I think it came out in December when the first beta dropped. I put 190 hours into it in like 2 months.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely, or maybe it was less than 2 months, but I genuinely played it all the time. I enjoyed it. I managed to get to like top 10 in trios and all this other crazy stuff because I loved the game. The game was so fun. Yeah. The problem with it now is I don't know what changed between then and, well, I do. I know why it feels worse is because what people called it was a PUBG clone. They're like, it's a PUBG clone. It's just a PUBG clone, dude. It's kind of stupid. And I'm like,
initially though,
yeah, but it doesn't.
We didn't feel that way at all.
No, I was like, it doesn't feel like a PUBG clone. They made like the UI look really mobile-y, and I'm pretty sure that was on purpose because it's a Korean-based company that's doing it, and they have to compete with a lot of mobile games.
True.
So you build what looks comfortable for your audience. But we just deal with that, right? It played like PUBG, except the TTK was higher and your abilities mattered because you're Super People. You have like super speed. You have some people whose guns are stronger. Their leans make their guns do more damage.
They can swim faster.
Well, they can swim faster. Wow, breathe underwater longer. But Now I played it this most recent beta. I played for less than 2 hours, and we got shit on every single time. And it's not because I got shit on; it's because the TTK was lowered to be in line with PUBG, which to me doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Because that's what made it feel unique was the fact that fights could take a little bit longer because you could take more bullets. And not to mention now, they nerfed the abilities so they're not even that crazy anymore.
That's kind of
like your abilities still matter per se, but they don't matter as much.
Yeah, and with your TTK being lower, now the abilities mean even less.
Yeah, it's more about gun skill and less about abilities. Like, you want to use your abilities to get in the fight faster now.
Yeah.
Like, the reason I played sniper is because most snipers couldn't one tap unless you had the sniper buff or you had some sort of skill. Like, the sniper has an ability where you hold your scope for 3 seconds and it like doubles the damage of your first shot.
Yeah.
Right? And then you could do more damage with your sniper, and your ultimate ability was like your first shot did like 110% extra damage. So one headshot and you were like, your first bullet of your first sniper shot was like an insta kill if you shot him in the head. Well, now they changed it to where I can snipe somebody with a normal sniper and it's damn near a one shot anyway.
Wow.
So what's the point of the sniper class anymore?
Yeah.
Like, I used a fucking white Car 98 and I almost killed somebody with a one shot to the head while he had a purple helmet.
Yeah.
Even as a normal sniper, I'm not doing that in the old game. I'm like, that the TTK is too long, and it just feels like a worse PUBG now.
And that's unfortunate.
I wouldn't say worse PUBG. It just feels like a PUBG now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't have the uniqueness that it did before. Like, even watching clips from like Glock, I watch them and I'm like, I see what you're doing. But to me, you sprinting in to get a different position and then frying one person with or two people with one magazine of a vector. Literally have a clip of me not missing an extended magazine vector shot and having to reload in the same fight because I couldn't kill two people with one magazine.
Yeah.
Without missing, because the TTK was that much higher. And I'm like, that felt better because there was more outplay potential. Now there's none. The moment you start getting shot, you're just dead. If you don't get first shot, you just die.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It doesn't feel good at all to me anymore. So I haven't been
I will say, at least they did not get rid of crafting like they were talking about. So, I mean, at least that was a thing.
Yeah, I'm still not sure what that 3-day beta was when they got rid of crafting to test, like, some combat thing.
I don't know.
But
I mean, this is, again, another beta test, though. So, it could be totally different. You know, they made some changes. It feels this way now. It might not feel that way when they fully release or decide to do another beta. I mean, you never know. They say it's final, but it might not be.
A lot of people seem to feel the same way I do because their average players this last 30 days is like 5,000.
Yeah, it's low. Yeah.
Because granted, there's 24,000 playing right now or an hour ago, but people don't really want to play it because it doesn't feel. I see people on Twitter talking a lot about it because super people post all the time.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, this doesn't feel the same. Your game's broken. This doesn't work. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't. I played it for 2 hours and I probably won't pick it back up.
Yeah, it's unfortunate though.
I mean, shit, even me and Zen played for like 25 hours the last beta and we played for less than 2 and he said, I don't think I'm going to play it anymore.
Yeah. It's just, you were looking forward to it. I think a lot of people were, and it just kind of felt a little too different. Felt a little too PUBG, which is sad since we've always said that it wasn't.
Yeah, I preached that it wasn't PUBG, and now it's literally PUBG.
I guess it could be worse, but it happens. We'll see. You never know. Again, it's a beta. They might change things. It could go either way.
But that's my thoughts on Super People.
I don't know. You're not part of the 10%. I don't think you're gonna have a voice in it. No, I'm just kidding. You were like rank 10 or some shit. Like...
Yeah.
But I mean, I thought it was good. I was high ranked in it, and I didn't even get Super People partner, but that wasn't a big deal.
It would have been cool. Well, then again, I say that it would have been cool, but if you weren't gonna play it.
Yeah, it's good that I didn't get it because I don't have any interest in it now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather play CS:GO.
We're gonna have to see what comes from it in the future.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what changes they make to it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think that is actually going to bring us to the end of the episode.
We covered all the topics on our notes, so that's good.
We covered all the topics that we had lined up for today, and we got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Got to feed our puppers and hang our AC, and I still got to stream today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I don't have to. I can miss it if it's not a big deal. Do a long one tomorrow, but we'll see.
Twitch.tv/Abroto.
Yeah, you can literally type Abroto into Google and find any of my socials if you really want to. But
another podcast coming on this coming Friday.
Yeah, I do appreciate everybody who listens. Everybody who listens on YouTube. I know some people are already posting because I've changed to gameplay on YouTube.
Finally, woohoo!
I've started posting it with the gameplay instead of just the audio with a still image up.
Big ups,
so
big ups.
It's a little bit more entertaining if you watch it.
Yeah.
So you can actually see gameplay now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But as for this episode, sorry to drag everybody here again and do one in less than 12 hours, but we're behind.
All good.
But I think we're relatively caught up.
We're getting back on schedule. Here we go.
So appreciate everybody listening. Appreciate the audience who came in. I know Dragon and Power here. I don't know who's here now, but have a good one.
All right.
And we'll see you next time on the next CheekCast podcast.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.